Welcome into the Paul Farrington Show. Paul, joined by Jack Weinberger for an NFL Week 5 reaction show. No Ziggy, no Zach today, but they should be back later this week. We'll be on with Andy Herman on Wednesday as well. Please remember, if you're enjoying this content, to like, comment, and subscribe. We are, 50 people, 30 people away from 24,000? Maybe 20 by the time this comes out.
Brick by brick.
It's kind of amazing. If you guys are listening and enjoying, please subscribe and help us. Hopefully we hit $24,000 24,000 subscribers. Dollars would be nice.
That would be nice also.
By the end of this is going to come out late on Sunday night. Normally we have live reactions, but just with the scheduling today, it wound up being that this is a recorded video coming out late Sunday. So hopefully by the end of Monday night, we're at 24,000 subscribers, which is crazy to think about.
Maybe 25,000.
Maybe 25 if this video takes off. Yeah. I mean, with me and you on it.
Packers bye week, no Ziggy. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. This is a great time of year too for sports in general. MLB playoffs, college football rolling, basketball and hockey starting soon. Not that I don't really pay too much attention to the beginning of basketball and hockey season,
either.
But it's still fun when all the games are on and you got college basketball. It's like looming in the background.
That's in a month, college basketball.
Yeah, it's all coming together. And NFL, some teams start separating themselves. How about Notre Dame jumping up to 16 now in the college football rankings here?
Yeah.
Like Penn State.
Texas unranked, Penn State
Texas
unranked.
drop out of the top 25. So Penn State fell from 7 to the 28 basically, right?
Yeah.
And then Texas where was Texas? They were 9?
They were 9.
They were 9 and they were dropped out as well. And Arch doesn't look good either.
Texas this week is a favorite over number 5 in the country.
Yeah, the more you watch Texas, well, they just lost in Florida. And Lagway played well again Lagway played well for the Gators. We'll see. Napier. I have some cousins who went to Florida. They're not big Napier people.
Whenever Napier is like on the hottest of hot seats,
he gets away.
He turns into Nick Saban.
Yeah, and they beat Texas. But if you're a Texas fan or a Penn State fan, you just gotta be so bummed out this year. It's like being a Baltimore Ravens fan. You're just like, are you kidding me? Like, this was supposed to be the year. Yeah. We've been waiting this whole time, and now. How is James Franklin still like?
Yeah, what is he? He's like now 1 in 19 against top 10 teams, something like that.
Yeah, but this wasn't even for anyone who doesn't know. Penn State lost to 0-4 UCLA.
Right.
His record against top 10, top 25, top 5 teams it's all losing records.
This was the first time ever within the first 5 weeks of the season where a team who was 0-4 or worse beat a top 10 team.
Yeah,
never happened before.
I love I think the parity in college football this year is pretty good. Like you go through the top 5, it's Ohio State, Miami, Oregon, Ole Miss, A&M. I think anyone can win. Like Ohio State's probably the best team in the country right now.
The Ducks.
Yeah, maybe Oregon. Like they're both
the
very
Ducks.
good, but like it wouldn't surprise you if you said, Alabama's sitting here at 8. Could Alabama could they beat Ohio State or Miami? You'd be like, yeah.
Oh, and
sure.
after week 1, Bama's looked awesome.
Like I feel great about Notre Dame at 16. I think we could beat these teams. So it's kind of fun when you have anyone can win, and I actually think we're sort of like that in the NFL this year as well. The more these weeks are going on, and unfortunately injuries have played a large part of the Ravens dropping down and the Bengals, of course, with Joe Burrow. But we're trying to do our power rankings week by week, and like we're sitting around before the show going like, man, it's kind of hard to create a top 10 at this point in the year.
I mean, yeah, we had Ziggy went in and put the Rams at 1, lost.
And the Rams at 1 was crazy because obviously to us, to everyone, Philadelphia should have been number 1 on our power rankings last week. Too. But they lose. And the Rams lose to the 49ers who have. So I was doing the eliminator pool, guys, that now I am out of. We'll do an update on it later this week. But I had the Cardinals initially this week. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. Unbelievable stuff with the Cardinals. I switched it last moment to the Rams because San Francisco, they have Brock Purdy out, they have Ricky Pearsall out, they have Juwan Jennings out. I mean, Nick Bosa's out on defense. Like they're just the laundry list of injuries. Thinking, how can the Rams lose this? And sometimes it just happens in football where the Rams dominated that game. But the 49ers just happened to punch the ball out of Kyron Williams' arms, and a couple things led to a Niners win.
That's because I had a parlay with a Rams.
With the Yankees, right?
Yeah, I had Rams, Yankees. Yankees took care of business. You knew the Rams were going to lose. That's why they lost.
Watching the Niners play, though, Mac Jones had a gritty performance. Not to jump back to the Thursday Night Football game, but I thought Mac Jones actually had a really gritty effort. He's getting banged up. And the more I watch the 49ers, I'm like, I cannot believe they gave Purdy this contract to Purdy.
Mac was solid.
Oh, yeah.
Mac was pretty good.
kind of looks like Brock a little bit. I think Brock's better, but it's not like if you put them both on the field with this Niners team, it's not strikingly different.
No, I agree.
And Brock's been a little hurt this year as well, so we can't get too negative on Brock Purdy, but still, it's we mentioned the Titans-Cardinals game. The Titans win 22-21. If you have not watched the highlights of this game, I'm telling you, you wouldn't think Titans-Cardinals is a game you want to go back and watch. But fast forward to like mid-third quarter with the Titans. Titans are trailing 21-6. And you had Emari Demercado, the now starting running back for the Cardinals. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He wasn't the star. Michael Carter actually wound up getting the majority of the carries. But Demercado had a 71-yard run today. And it should have been 72 yards.
To go up 28-6.
To go up
28-6 in the third quarter.
But just like A.D. Mitchell last week, dropped the, or is that 2 weeks ago? That was last week, right? Yeah.
Yeah, last week. Against the Rams. Yeah, last week.
Drops the football on the 1 yard line. I just started watching Chad Powers on Hulu.
I gotta watch that.
It was good. And that's like the very first scene is Chad Powers drops the ball on the 1 yard line to lose the game. And I'm watching it, and you see the Titans cornerback is like, yo, he dropped the football. And you go back and watch it, like, how is another guy doing this? Where like it seems so obvious at this point. Guys, we got to hold on to the football into the end zone.
Just run into the end zone, and
then
you can drop the football.
And the game is over. And after that happened, after that fumble, the Titans go 6 plays, 80 yards down the field to make it 12-21. Of course, being the Titans, they had to miss the extra point. Yeah. After that, 3 and out for Arizona. And then the Titans get the ball, 8 plays, 61 yards. But this is where, if you haven't seen it, it's truly
like nothing I've ever seen before.
Yes, an unfathomable play. Jack actually went to use the bathroom.
Legitimately
during this play,
impossible.
And I borderline shrieked. And I just started going, Jack. I rewound it, hit pause. Cam Ward rolls out to his left. Pass is tipped. And it wound. I actually don't know who. It was intercepted by Arizona. And the Cardinal defender took 3 steps and fell down, drops the football. 3 Cardinals players try to jump. Actually, a Cardinal player kicks it towards their end zone. 3 other Cardinal players jump, and they wind up hitting it into the end zone where Tyler Lockett picks it up.
For a touchdown.
Like,
it is just, it's something that it's, talking about it doesn't do it justice. You have to go and see what this looked like.
That made it 19-21. The Cardinals then punt the ball back to Tennessee, who go 71 yards down the field and kick a game-winning field goal.
And an awesome last quarter by Cam Ward too.
Oh, he had some.
Besides
the touch from the touchdown. Yeah. He looked phenomenal. Like, this was a moment where you're a Titans fan. You're like, okay, like that's
what we drafted him for. Yeah.
He finished with 265 yards and an interception, no touchdowns, but a couple of those big time throws. Calvin Ridley had a massive catch on the ultimately game winning drive. But it was just, if you're a Cardinal fan, you fall to 2-3. It's sickening. It's like one of the worst losses I've ever seen.
Maybe legitimately the most egregious loss that I've seen in my life.
Yeah, if that were, I was thinking if I had picked them in the eliminator, I would have been going like,
imagine like a Cardinals money line in a parlay or something like that.
If there were larger stakes on the line here, we would be talking about this game forever.
If
like that's how bad it was.
After Demercado's, did I say that right? Demercado. Mm-hmm. After he dropped the ball at the 1 yard line, Arizona didn't score the rest of the game.
And I felt horrible because there's like this piece of you that's watching this game going like, if they come back, like it would just be hysterical. But then you actually think about Demercado and what, the cornerback who fumbled, and it's just like, if you walk into that Cardinal meeting room tomorrow morning, I genuinely don't know what you said.
I don't know what is said.
And then Jonathan Gannon, remember we're watching the end of the game, and they have a third down play with the 2-minute warning, literally like about to happen, and they just run up the middle. Cardinals fans are booing the offense off the field. Then you give up the game-losing touchdown drive.
Yeah, when the clock stopped anyway, the 2-minute warning.
They showed Kyler.
Run the ball.
It actually looked like you took Kyler's Xbox from him. He looked depressed.
What is it like walking into the locker room after a game like that? Like, that Cardinal locker room after that game must have been just something you don't want to see.
It must have been
just
pure confusion,
silence.
and then I'd imagine genuine rage.
Yeah,
because that's the only way. Now look, you understand how bad this was listening, because we haven't talked about the Titans or Cardinals all season long. And we opened up the Week 5 reaction with how bad this was.
And I didn't think we would talk about them. I didn't think their teams.
No, until the fourth quarter of this game.
Yeah.
The big winner of the week to me, probably by far, were the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix and company go into Philadelphia. They're trailing this game 17-3 going into the fourth quarter. And we've talked about the Eagles a lot recently. You know, they didn't make our power rankings because Ziggy took them off. Me and you had them one.
Maybe it was justified.
Me and you had them at 1, but Ziggy kept them off the power ranking. And the crux of the Denver Broncos this whole time has been they can't beat good teams, right? That they can beat up on the bad teams. We saw them do it to Cincinnati just a week ago. They pounded them in Denver. And every time they play a team that is a legitimate contender, they shit the bed and they can't get the job done. So it looked like we were going down that same trajectory until the fourth quarter comes. Denver gets the score to 17-10, gets a big stop, and then goes on a 6-play, 72-yard drive to cut it to 17-16. And I hate both these teams because I can't stand Sean Payton, as we all know, because of 2009, and the Eagles are just the worst. And Sean Payton puts up those cheating fingers for two extra to go for 2, and they convert to go up 18-17. And even in that moment, I was like, "Damn it, I got to give it to them." That's impressive.
I think when you're a big underdog and you're playing on the road and you want to try to steal one that you probably have had no business winning, I think going for 2 is the right move.
Oh, it almost felt like a college game in that part. You know, like I feel like in college you see a lot more of that. Oh, you're on the road. We're at Ohio State.
Like, let's try to steal.
We're not winning this game. Let's do it here.
But on the road in Philly has legit kind of become like
going to Ohio State.
College level atmosphere. Yeah, where you feel it's near impossible to win. And any opportunity you can steal one, you go in and you get it.
Yeah, and that's what Sean Payton did. They capitalized on it, and the momentum, it all shifted to Denver. Philly went 3 and out, and then Denver goes on an 11-play, 50-yard drive to make it 21-17. And Philly had a Hail Mary shot at the end of the game, but the Denver offense in the fourth quarter, touchdown, field goal for Denver, 3 and out. Then a 1-minute miracle drive Philly was trying to pull off, which they didn't. That's the kind of fourth quarter that you look back on now when we're analyzing the AFC and we're talking about the power rankings this week. The Broncos all of a sudden they are a contender now, and I hate the Broncos. Anyone who's listened to the show for a long time, they know that I'm not a big Bronco believer. I was not a big Bo Nix fan. Every time I watch him play now, like if I put my bias aside, I'm like he looks smooth. The team just looks good.
Like this is, I know me and Ziggy were relatively high, more high on Denver than you coming into the season.
Yeah.
And we look back at their schedule from last year, and you made up a great point. Like pretty much all the teams they beat were teams that you probably should have beat. Pretty bad teams.
Yeah.
And teams you lost to were teams that were noticeably better and you couldn't compete with them. And it's been kind of the same this year, right? Like they haven't had that signature, like, all right, this team could be for real. And now this was it today. Like I think a lot of people who were like you might change their view on Denver after going into Philly winning that game.
No, it was their signature win because even this year they beat Tennessee, they beat Cincinnati without Burrow, they lost to the Colts who look really good, and they lost to the Chargers. Whether or not they should have won those Colts and Chargers games is beside the point. Like they lost them, and if you go back to last year, who are their losses? Kansas City, Baltimore, Chargers, Cincinnati with Burrow, the Steelers, the Seattle, like all teams that were relatively competitive. For them to get this win, and we're looking ahead at their schedule right now, they come out of their bye week. And we knew this coming into the year. Like people who didn't believe in Denver, we looked at the schedule and said, there's a chance that they're like a 6-2 team and start crumbling towards the end of the year. But when you factor in the Philly win, 3-2, they come back with the Jets, the Giants, the Cowboys, the Texans, the Raiders are their next 5.
And those are probably 5 games you're favored in. At least 4, right?
At least 4. We'll see if in Houston, maybe the Texans get hot. I mean, I think Denver will be favored in that. And now we're talking about a team that could be sitting here at 7-3, 8-2. And the way the schedule's falling here, you'll have your opportunity in front of you because you end in those final 7 games. You got the Chiefs twice and the Chargers. And it's right there for you.
This game too, like it was like, all right, typical Broncos here, playing a good team. You have 3 points. You're down by multiple touchdowns.
Yeah, they look bad.
I thought it would only get worse. And to come back, especially on the road against the defending Super Bowl champs, who's 5-0, is what you've been waiting for from Bo Nix and the Broncos if you're a Broncos
fan. The way that the defense, too, after allowing a touchdown to open the third quarter, go down 17-3, 5 plays punt, 3 plays punt, 3 plays punt, 3 plays punt, 6 plays end the game. Mm-hmm. Shut down Philly. How many times have we talked about the Eagles going on these 14-play, 13-play drives, eating up 8, 9, 10 minutes of the clock and just milking a game away? It was a impressive win for Denver, who their win is a huge loss. Now, a team that's a big loser the weekend, the Los Angeles Chargers, who dropped their second in a row now, losing at home 27-10 to the Commanders. You're a Chargers fan. Like, it was, you have to be thinking, like, I cannot believe I was hoodwinked again by this team if you're a Charger fan.
And look, it's the Commanders are a good team.
They're good.
Jayden Daniels is solid. The Commanders are a good team. But after losing to the Giants, and I mean, forget the Chiefs, but now here comes Denver too. Like, you lose to the Giants, who lost to the Saints
Who lost
today,
to New Orleans.
Who turned the ball over 5 times against New Orleans. You lost to the Giants. And then most teams, how I view, like, if you're a wannabe contender, if you have aspirations to contend and compete, after a loss like that, I'll give you leeway. But you have to come back and then respond. And the Chargers couldn't do that. Another good team in Washington, defending NFC runner-up. All right, let's bounce back. Let's try to win this game. Let's put the Giants behind us. You lose by 17 on your home field.
But not only that, you're up 10-0 in the second quarter.
Yes.
And you're on a 10-play, 60-yard drive, eating up 6 minutes. You fumble on the 23-yard line. Quinn Johnson coughs the ball up. Washington gets it back, goes right down the field, scores a touchdown, 10-7.
Herbert threw a pick in the end zone, too.
Yeah. Like, the game could easily have been 17-0, 13-0. You have all the momentum. And just like last week, inopportune turnovers. You're right. Down 20-10, Justin Herbert throws an interception. And it's just, it feels like it's starting to unravel a little bit here. I still like I think the Chargers are a competitive team. And they have Miami next week, which should be a nice bounce back opportunity. But you're just thinking about what you want this team to be in the long run as a Charger fan. And at 3-0, with the way Denver had 2 crush, you just beat Denver. When you were 3-0, coming off that Bronco win, you're thinking to yourself, like, man, this could be the year. Because the Chiefs are struggling right now. And within 2 weeks, we know how quick things change in the NFL. Kansas City blows out Baltimore.
With Lamar
playing. With Lamar playing. And the Broncos now go into Philly and get a win. And we'll see what happens tomorrow night in Chiefs-Jaguars, but I'm assuming the Chiefs are going to win that game. And all of a sudden, your 3-0 start, multiple game lead on the AFC West,
and you're in third place,
has just completely evaporated. And you feel the worst of the 3 competitive teams in that division.
Yeah.
And Justin Herbert goes from MVP form to bad turnovers against, at least the Giants being a bad team.
In no time, too. And then it's you're a Chargers fan. It's like the same old crap. Here we go again.
And what the Saints, this is going to bother Chargers fans. I know we have Magic Carp, right? Ziggy's cousin is a big Charger fan listening. And what drives you crazy is you see the Saints turn over the Giants five times. Yes. And you're just thinking, how are we losing the turnover? I know it was on the road. How are we losing the turnover battle in Jackson Dart's first game? Like, you need to go in there. And Jackson Dart made a lot of mistakes that a rookie makes today. Mm-hmm. That's what you need to do if you're the Chargers. You need to make his life miserable. And Dart didn't. It's not like Dart came out and lit them up. He just gave the game away. And today, I don't know if you could say they gave it away because Washington wound up. Washington's a good team. But you got to feel like it slipped through your fingers when you had the opportunity to really slam the door shut.
Yeah, I mean, when you're up 10-0 on a good team with a chance to go up 17-0, you have to shut the door. Like, they legitimately had a chance to put this game to bed early.
I actually think for Washington, on the flip side of things, Washington, coming off a loss against the Falcons, you didn't have Jayden Daniels playing, but with the way that game ended and some of the throws Jayden was making, started to feel a little bit like how they looked at the end of last year.
The last touchdown pass from Jayden was fantastic.
Last touchdown, even though that the game was over at that point, but it was just like kind of that final nail in the coffin of like, hell yeah, like, we're back, man.
So he makes a great throw.
And Washington, if they get things going here, the NFC feels wide open right now. I like the Lions a lot. But Detroit, they have their weaknesses. I mean, like they have their moments.
My Seahawks just dropped a big one.
Seahawks dropped a big one, but like Tampa Bay, look, I mean, we could talk Tampa-Seattle for a second. Like that game back and forth, second half, I think a touchdown was scored on the first 5 possessions.
Defense is just not existing in that game.
Yeah, and you just had these teams. I mean, we talked about how good the Seattle defense was, and this Baker-led offense in Tampa is just so much fun to watch. They might be my most fun team to watch right now.
I mean, he's got the best receiver in football in Egbuka. Like, legitimately.
I love Emeka Egbuka.
I think this guy's the best receiver in the league.
I used to shit talk him all the time when he was at Ohio State. I don't know why. Well, because I'm a Notre Dame fan. And they beat us twice. Yeah. They beat us twice, and then they beat us in the Natty. I used to shit talk Egbuka, and I'm not really sure why. But all of a sudden this summer, when we were getting ready for fantasy drafts, I just fell in love with the guy. And
did you? You take him out?
A little bit. And draft him in every league. And Ziggy's sending me texts. He's like, Paul, you are way too invested in Emeka Egbuka. You got to get out. And I was like, you know what? I'm just riding with it. People are trying to make trade offers. He had 7 receptions for 163 yards and a touchdown today. I mean, this guy, like, he's come in. What are his game numbers? 67, 2 touchdowns, 29 yards. That's not a great game, but a touch and 1 touchdown. 85 yards, no touchdowns. 101 touchdown, 163 touchdown. Like he's just getting better every week.
And I feel like every time the guy is targeted, like 30 yards down the field or more, it's just an automatic reception.
And it's not just big plays as well, but it's like spectacular catches, sideline catches, one-handed catches. He looks unbelievable.
The sideline catch today was just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks great. And you went into this game now. Chris Godwin does not look like himself. Mike Evans is still hurt. If you're a Buccaneers fan and you were told this like entering week 5, you'd be like, all right, we're in some trouble right here. But this kid has just come in, and the offense, it feels like they haven't skipped a beat.
I mean, even like Sterling Shepard too with a touchdown today, stepping up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
the Tampa. Now look, the Tampa defense has its problems. I mean, they gave up 35 points today, and they had the big interception at the end of the game when they pressured Darnold. It hits off a helmet, and Levante David comes up with the huge pick that turns into the game-winning field goal. But the offense at times, and you saw it a little bit against Philly, right? They snapped back into life and brought them back into that game. They come up clutch every single time it matters. It seems the Buccaneers get the job done again outside of Philly this year. What's four game-winning drives, right?
Well, yeah, they said today at the end of the game this Tampa team has won all their 4 games in the final minute, and I believe that weren't they trailing in all 4 of them in the final minute?
I definitely in Houston they were
today.
Definitely trailing today. Who were there?
Atlanta.
It was tie. No, they were down 23-20, right? Losing. And then Egbuka scored the game-winning touchdown.
Yes, I think they were trailing, and I got to double check there. They were trailing in every game in the final minute.
Yeah,
and
I can't remember who their week 3 game was. Week 3.
The Bucs do week 3.
The Jets.
The Jets.
Yeah, after the Jets, they were down. They were 27-26.
Yeah,
they were down. They hit the game-winning field goal after the block kick.
And all 4 of their wins were down in the final minute.
And again, no Bucky Irving today too. So like you're watching this team go up against the Seattle defense, which has been one of the better ones in football. No Bucky, no Mike Evans. Emeka Egbuka goes over for 163, and you're like, oh, all right. Like when these guys get healthy, you feel comfortable with Baker right now and this team going anywhere because you can light up a scoreboard.
You can score, and Baker, like now there's this 4 times. This guy's like the king of the 2-minute drill.
What was great today, did you see they asked Darnold if him and Baker like ever reflected on their time in Carolina?
And Baker's like, he said like what?
Yeah, I think Sam was like no.
Yeah, Sam was like no.
We were both miserable.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. And Baker said something funny too.
And Sam Darnold, this game will be remembered for the interception. Before the interception, Sam was 28 for. I actually didn't realize this. He was 28 for 33 for 341 yards and 4 touchdowns.
For the most part,
did you know that?
I didn't know that. No, but for the most part, he was great. Like he had the what should have been game-winning touchdown pass on 4th down from the 10-yard line. I thought he was awesome for the most of the game.
Yeah,
I didn't know he had that stat line.
No, and Baker was 29 for. Oh my gosh, Baker was 29 for 33 for 379 and 2.
I didn't know that either.
So before that interception, we had 9 incomplete passes.
Then I look at the score. It's 38-35.
No, I know. But it's just, Seattle, I know they lost the game, but Seattle fans have to be feeling very good about the future of the team as well right now.
I mean, Smith-Njigba was a star.
JSN goes for 132 and a touchdown. The Ohio State guys were were on fire today. But
yeah.
both these teams right now, to me, are firmly in that. Is your top tier in the NFC still Philly and Detroit?
I think so.
But you have to pretty firmly put Seattle, Tampa. You have to put probably Washington right now.
Like
the Packers.
I don't think that Green Bay is
Rams.
like ahead of Seattle.
No,
or Tampa.
I think you have like 5 teams. Yeah, I'd say Seattle, Tampa, Washington. Maybe.
Yeah, I'd put them up there with Jayden Daniels. Yeah,
the Packers and the Rams. But I mean, the 49ers just
out of the Niners,
49ers just won with all the backups.
Practice squad beat the Rams, and the Rams also like if you take away the Mitchell debacle.
Which one?
Mitchell.
AD Mitchell.
AD Mitchell. Like the Colts should have beaten the Rams.
Yes. But I think all 5. Are we forgetting anyone? Probably not putting the Cowboys in there, even though Dak has been unbelievable.
Not yet.
You're not putting the Vikings or the Bears. Maybe.
I'm trying to think.
Maybe the 49ers Giants, are that only other team. Obviously not the Cardinals after this.
No.
Yeah, the 49ers would be the only one you could argue, but I still don't feel. I guess you could. No, I'd put them in tier 3. I'd put them in tier 3.
Tampa and Seattle with how Baker and Sam Darnold can play are 2 teams who can win playoff games in the NFL. These are 2 teams who can win playoff games.
That was a fun game to watch. We were sitting down here watching the game together, and when Darnold got the ball back, I was like, I hope this thing just goes to overtime because I just want to see more of it. It was really fun. Well, the morning kicked off with. We should touch on the Vikings a little bit. People probably want to hear.
Oh, we have to.
The thoughts on the Vikings. Well, hey, you know what? Can't complain too much because you win, right? Like obviously, beating the Browns with under 30 seconds left was not ideal, of course, but you won the game. And if they had if the Vikings had lost, probably would have done a live right after. People would have been hysterically laughing, and I would have been just numb.
Probably a lot of viewers.
It would have been great for the channel. But it would have been really bad for my personal fan. It would have ruined the NFL season.
So I saw that. What helped you guys out is the fact that you were in London.
We don't lose in London.
Yeah, you don't lose in London. That helped
5-0 in London. And I forgot that actually until after the game. They're like, the Vikings improved to 5-0 in London. I was like, I can't believe I was nervous.
It's just so funny seeing the Browns just get railed by the Lions. They come play Minnesota. It's close, but every week's different.
Ziggy's texting the group chat.
I was just going to say that.
I told you guys Dillon Gabriel was, and I'm like, come on, Gabriel was fine. I was just going to. I don't think Gabriel's that good.
I saw Zach's text in the chat at 9 something or 10 something. He goes, the Vikings might just really suck. And
it was just ridiculous.
I hadn't turned the game on at that point yet, and I saw the score was 14-10 Cleveland. I'm like, oh god.
It was just a nightmare.
But Jordan Addison, the game-winning touchdown, you guys got it done.
Jordan Addison, I think he missed a team walkthrough. He didn't play.
He was benched the whole first quarter.
Yeah,
I saw that. I
saw that. That's why you saw Kevin O'Connell at the end of the game. I have to imagine that after he scored the game-winning touchdown, they showed Kevin O'Connell pulled him aside, was shouting something into his ear, not in an angry way, but I'm guessing it was something like, "We need you, man. You see how important you are.
Right.
You have to lock in." And at some point, I don't know what he was doing, so maybe this is ill-timed, but Jordan Addison, this is a guy who's had a lot of legal trouble. He was suspended the first half of the he cannot be someone they can afford to lose.
Mm-hmm. He's one of their most valuable pieces.
Yeah, and I just sit back and I'm watching this team, and Jefferson's making unbelievable catch after unbelievable catch, and Addison is the game winner. Jalen Naylor's been great. Jordan Mason, I thought, had a decent game. I'm like, man, if JJ can just figure this out when he gets back, we might not be a deep playoff contender, but we can play. The defense is good, and it's just it just has to work out.
Oh, you got a team outside of the quarterback.
Yeah,
for now. Yeah, the roster's there.
But there are just times where you're watching this offense, and it just is
the O-line just getting murdered.
And yeah, we have to acknowledge that as well, is that we're playing with 3 back. How many teams do you know that play with 3 backup offensive linemen in a game?
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1.
Yeah. It's that's something that only happens to us after an offseason where we seemingly build one of the better lines in football. Of course, all of them are just going down like flies. And to some degree, you have to look at Carson Wentz, who is known for taking big sacks and holding the ball too well. It's that's not going to work out, especially when you're playing against Myles Garrett. And Carson only took 3 sacks today. But I'm watching this game, Jack, And I'm thinking to myself, like, this is just like the Pittsburgh game. Like, it almost felt exactly like the Pittsburgh game, where we get the ball, we get a stop on the first possession, then we fumble, except this time it wasn't overturned. And Cleveland goes down, scores a touchdown. I'm like, what the hell is happening here? Like, this is the Cleveland Browns led by Dillon Gabriel in his first game. Yeah. And you see what the Browns can hang in games when they don't self-destruct. And against Detroit, they self-destructed with all the turnovers. Against the Ravens, they self-destructed with all the turnovers. But that's what good teams do to bad teams. That's what we're talking about with the Chargers here. The Chargers have to go into New York and make life hell for Jackson Dart.
Which the Saints kind of did.
Saints did.
Turning him over
and
5 times.
We look at the Packers game against Cleveland. The Packers didn't force a turnover. Cleveland got that big one. Like, you win the turnover battle in the NFL, you're in good shape to win the game. And the Vikings are just like right now, they're losing these turnover battles. And luckily, the Cleveland offense is so bad. like the Browns are just bad. Let's be real. That we're able to have these. I mean, we punt. If I'm reading through the Vikings drive charts, and we go up 14-10 in the third quarter, and it's like, okay, let's get a stop and end this thing for crying out loud.
Game. Yeah.
And Dillon Gabriel goes on a 13-play, 8-minute, 70-yard touchdown drive. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, what is wrong with this team?
Do you remember Dillon Gabriel's? He was playing in the Rose Bowl in the playoff against Ohio State. And the interviewer was asking him about like warm weather and football and like being nice outside. And Gabriel's like, dude, I hate the cold. He's we got like football in the sunshine. Like, I would just love that every week. We got to all play. He's like, we got to play in domes every week. Like, it'd be so much better. And now he's the Cleveland quarterback approaching November into December and January.
Yeah,
which is funny. It's better than I thought today, actually.
But look, well, like when it came down to it, this was a battle of two evenly matched teams. It felt like today, which doesn't bode well for us. It doesn't bode well for us.
Sad thing to say.
In Dillon Gabriel's debut, but at the end of the day, when it mattered, Carson Wentz goes 80 yards on 10-play drive, gets the touchdown to win the game, and you know what was really funny was, I don't know if you caught the last play of the game, but the final play was Cleveland had the ball on like the 50-yard line or wherever it was. And they throw a Hail Mary, which we intercept. And
I didn't see that, no.
As that's happening, like, the refs are running out with their whistles, and they blow it dead because the Vikings call timeout. And it was like, they're definitely going to like it. This is going to convert.
So Cleveland had one more shot.
And I'm looking at David Njoku, who's just a massive human being. And I'm like, I can totally see a word. I don't know if Gabriel could have reached the end zone. I don't think his arm is that strong. But I'm looking at Njoku like,
he's going to come down with one here.
He's going to catch this ball. And Isaiah Rodgers, shout out to him, made a great tackle inbounds because the Browns would have had to play from the 30-yard line with 2 seconds left. But he was able to make a tackle to win the game.
That would have been converted, though.
Oh, 1,000%.
That's converted.
Within 30 yards, there would have been someone wide open in the middle of the field.
That's converted.
And I would have looked over at my dad and been like, all right, what? And we'd be 2-3.
End of the day, NFL every Sunday, you got to win.
Hey.
And they won. The Vikings won.
Why not us here? We come out of our bye with Philly, the Chargers, Detroit.
The Chargers stink.
Healthy JJ, chance to make a statement.
Give me the Chargers.
That's what I see. I see an opportunity. Yeah, I don't see a tough schedule. I see an opportunity to make a statement and get back into this thing. So I'm back on board. I'm back. How are the Vikings 3-2? This is like the ugliest 3-2 team you will ever see.
Remember when we were 11-0 that one year?
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, same thing.
Man, I cannot believe the Giants. I'm just looking at 26-14. Our good buddy Will was over today. He's a big Giants fan. Big might be a stretch. Will's a Giants fan.
I see. I mean, I don't
relatively large.
I don't know much about Will.
I would say Will is a decent-sized Giants fan. And Will's looking at the line. He's like, we're getting 2.5 in New Orleans. What? And Will's not a big bettor, but he's like, I gotta throw like $20 on that. Like, I have to. I'm like, yeah, you have to. It's the Saints. These guys stink.
Then it was 14-3.
These guys stink.
Like 14-3 off the bat.
And yeah, it gets 14-3, and I text Will. I'm like, yeah, sometimes maybe Vegas is just asleep. And next thing you know, like Jackson Dart's running. It was one of those games, sort of like the Cardinals-Titans, where you look at it and you're like, all right, like, this might be fixed. Because the Giants just started actually just dropping the football.
Yeah, Dart dropped the ball, and
Dart rolled out to his, or was running to his left. And Dart, I actually think Jackson Dart's a very good scrambler. He had 55 yards on the ground today. But he ran out to his left and just dropped the football. And it's like the Giants generally outplayed New Orleans today. And they're going in to take the lead, and Cam Scatterboo fumbles. It's returned for a touchdown. That kind of ends the game.
The Giants were going up the field.
Oh, they look great. Maybe great's a stretch, but in the beginning of the game, they looked really good.
Yeah, they were going up the field.
And you're thinking, the game started. The Saints go 3 and out. Giants touchdown drive. Saints field goal. Giants touchdown. If you're a Giants fan, you're like, okay, like the good teams beat the crap out of the Saints. Other than Buffalo had their struggles, but you're like, all right, this is what we're supposed to do.
And then it's 19-14. You're having a great drive. You're going into the end zone. You're with a 20-yard line, and Scatterboo has it punched out and 7 points the other way.
Yeah, it might have even been. They were on the New Orleans 12.
Is it 12? Yeah.
Yeah. It was second down. So it's a bad loss for the Giants. If you're a Giants fan, you're not going anywhere this year. Like that's one thing to keep in mind. Like if you want to play the silver lining thing, it's okay. Dart looked good for most of the day, or for a portion of the day. And you just had one of those games. I was thinking, like, last time I saw 5 turnovers in New Orleans was 2009. Bounty Gate was going on. But you just had a really bad turnover day. But Dart showed some signs of being solid. And just going to move you up the draft board.
When Dart beats the Eagles Thursday night, I can say I told you so about this guy.
Right now, oh, wow, the Jets would have the number 1 pick in the draft right now.
Eagles off a loss could be a brutal game for Dart.
You know what's kind of my luck here, Jack, is so the Patriot-Bills game's going on right now, and I need Travion Henderson to be limited. Game starts with Ramondre Stevenson fumbling, and then Antonio Gibson leaves with a knee injury.
So now
Ramondre's in the doghouse, Gibson's out.
So here comes...
And Henderson's going to play the entire game. It's like this full-on committee, a 3-person committee.
I've been there.
Henderson's back, and I'm sure he's going to light us up. Now, I hope Antonio Gibson, I don't mean to make light of his injury. I hope that he's...
I laid an egg this week in one of our leagues.
Well, I mean, you have to. So when you're invested in so many leagues, you have to eventually. All right, let's just run through a couple more here, and we could lightly touch on it. Colts win 40-6. they look like the real deal.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where they're going to fall in our power rankings come this week.
They should be undefeated.
They were 9. Could the Colts be? I don't think they're top 5 yet, but they're probably right on that board. They still, it's the Raiders, and I don't think the Raiders are that good.
Yeah, to beat them by 34 points.
Jonathan Taylor has 3 touchdowns today. Daniel Jones is another impressive day. Like they look good every week, and they should have, if not for a couple AD Mitchell ridiculous plays last week, probably are 5-0 with a win against the Rams. Cowboys 37-22 over the Jets. Our buddy CJ usually listens to these shows. Big Jets fan.
I feel bad for him.
I feel terrible.
Yeah.
And CJ probably doesn't even want us talking about the Jets. One time he actually said, please stop talking about them or I'm going to turn the program off.
I don't know if this team's going to win a game.
It's, after the performance in week 1, where it was just electric back and forth down the field against the Steelers, at least they have the number 1 pick in the draft. But who would you draft? I don't even know who the quarterback. Of course, the Jets are going to get the number 1 pick in a year where Arch Manning falls apart. And
yes,
is the number 1 pick? Are people saying the Indiana kid could go up there?
Mendoza, yeah.
Not number 1 though, right?
No, I think he's the current projected number 1 pick.
Let me see, 2026.
I mean, he's been electric.
Let's see. Oh, could be Dante Moore.
Okay. Yeah,
I didn't realize he have Moore.
He's the best quarterback in the country. Dante Moore.
Traitor.
The traitor, yes.
The traitor. For anyone who doesn't know, is committed to Notre Dame and left. So you have Moore, Sellers. Oh, you're a big Sellers fan, aren't you? South Carolina kid.
Sellers is great.
Who else is there? Nussmeier. I'm not a big Nussmeier guy. Those are 3 quarterbacks. Oh, and then Mendoza. So you got 4 quarterbacks being mocked in the top 15. This is according to the Draft Network.
Dante Moore would just be a bust on the Jets. Any one of those QBs would stink on the Jets.
Yeah, it would be. Right now it looks like there are 4 projected first-round quarterbacks. Wow, I didn't realize Dante Moore. Oh, no, this one has Mendoza.
At number 1?
At number 1, Mendoza, then Moore, then Sellers, 4, and where's the other guy? Nussmeier's got to be in the first round still, right? You think Nussmeier's a first-round quarterback?
I don't think that he should be.
I don't think he should be either.
Maybe
this one's probably more updated here. Yeah, they have Nussmeier here to the Steelers at 27.
Oh, boy.
That would end well. Okay, so we had the Cowboy, and Dak has just been unbelievable. He had another 4 touchdowns today without CeeDee Lamb.
Pickens has been fantastic,
Pickens goes for 57 and a touchdown, but he has a 43-yard TD grab over Sauce. Dallas 2-1. Like, again.
And this I think is the number one offense in the league according to most statistics, right now?
Statistically speaking?
Yeah. The worst defense and the best offense. Like the number one rated offense and the number 32 rated defense. Like if their defense can somehow figure things out, this team could be good.
Let me see.
Give me a fact check. But I'm pretty sure.
406 yards per game. They lead the league.
Yeah.
In points, they're sitting at 4th with 30.2. I know. I mean, Dak's slinging it. And when he's playing like this, they can beat anyone. They can lose to anyone because the defense has been pretty porous. But no, Dak playing like this. Again, I don't think Dallas is on that tier 2 contenders. I don't really think they're close to it. But just as far as being a potential like trap game, not trap game, but just a tough opponent for teams to beat, tough offense to slow down, they're absolutely playing like that. All right, we can wrap up with Dolphins egregious loss to the Panthers. You cannot be up 17. Was they up 17-0?
Yep.
You cannot be up 17-0 and lose to the Panthers. Like that is just not permitted. Disaster. The Ravens win 44-10. I'm sorry, the Texans win 44-10 over the Ravens, which has just turned. It's getting ugly in
Disaster
Baltimore.
in Baltimore.
Everyone's hurt.
It's good for my Steelers.
Like if you just name a Raven player, they're probably out. Like Hamilton out. Matabike is out for the year. Roquan Smith was out today. Lamar was obviously out today. All the stars are gone. And I don't know when Lamar's coming back. I thought I saw 2 to 3 weeks. That's the last time I checked. But at some point here, sitting at 1-4.
Baltimore has their bye now, don't they?
Yeah, let me just confirm that.
Which would be at a good time.
No, they have the Rams next week.
And then
they're bye. But
so the Rams without Lamar Jackson.
Andre Henry. Oh my.
Without Lamar Jackson.
I think without Lamar. If he's out 2 or 3. Like I thought he made an effort to play this week.
I saw 2 or 3 weeks.
Last time I checked, it was 2 to 3.
That is a loss to the Rams.
Yeah, they said they ruled him out with the hamstring. Could miss multiple games. So I guess it's still up in the air right now.
If he misses that game, I believe they go to 1-5.
Are you calling it?
Yes. And the Steelers, who host Cleveland, will be 4-1. What's that?
You need to win that game.
Is that a 3.5 game lead?
Yeah. I mean, you didn't beat them though, did you?
No, but we always beat them. We never lose to them in Pittsburgh. Like that's almost a guaranteed win every year.
You know what's really funny though, Jack? They would be 1-4 at 1-4. So they'd be 1-5, right? If they lose to the Rams.
And Pittsburgh's 4-1. That's a 3.5 game lead.
I'm just looking here. The Broncos would be 3-2. The Chiefs are going to be 3-2 probably. The Jags will be 3-2. But they'd have to run the table.
Yeah,
pretty much with Lamar coming back, and Baltimore's a team that I think could do it. Like they have Chicago, Miami, the Vikings, the Browns, the Jets, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Bengals, the Patriots, the Packers, the Steelers.
Yeah, that's not hard.
That could be running the table.
I mean, but the Steelers' schedule too is also not that hard.
I think I think if they lose 2 of their next 4 between the Rams, Bears, Dolphins, and Vikings, and then I guess the Browns 5, like they need to go 4-1.
Yeah,
and if it's anything than 4-1 at 6 losses that this early in the year, I think I got to write them off. But everyone's going to say it's over at 1-5, but with that schedule, it's actually not over. Like there's a world. I don't think for the division. I think you'll win. Yeah, the division.
I mean a 3.5 game lead though. It's
crazy.
It's
crazy through 5-6 weeks that you're going to be
lead.
up that big. And it's just you just got to feel horrible. And the Texans get a big win, 2 in a row now, and they looked really good today. Today was the first day where you're like, all right, that's the Texans.
Stroud was great.
We'll end here with the last one. The Lions 37-24 over the Bengals. They just they get the job done.
Yeah.
And
Bengals late surge. Jamar Chase a couple touchdowns.
Never worried if you're a Lions fan though. You hang 37 again. Like they've just been. I think the Bengals might be the worst team in the league.
Up there.
Like they are definitely bottom 5, which goes to show just how unbelievable Joe Burrow was last year.
He's the MVP.
Oh yeah. I mean, Hey, maybe Lamar. You see what happened to the Ravens today? Like these.
He would have lost just as bad.
You take the Josh Allen off the Bills here, and I mean these quarterbacks in the AFC are guiding putrid teams.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't say that about the Ravens. Their whole defense is out. But
the Ravens might be putrid.
Like the Lions right now, though, after the loss to Green Bay, they hang 52, 38, 34, 37.
Yeah, there's no concern.
And it's like, do I really think that the Bears, Browns, or Bengals are that good? Not really, but you're blowing them out.
They're creaming.
You win in Baltimore with Lamar playing. Next week, we get Lions at Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. And that, if the Chiefs win and can get to, that'll be 3-2, like that's must-watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we get to see, okay, whoever wins that game
this team's a legitimate contender.
Yeah. I think they're both contenders, but whoever wins that game, they're walking out of that going like, all right, it's on.
Yeah.
And if Detroit moves to that would then be 5-1. Like we're sitting here as NFC North fans going, oh crap.
And forgetting all about the Packer loss.
Yeah, we're like, oh, I mean, we already forgot about the Packer loss.
Yeah,
but now our optimistic view coming into the year, thinking about wanting Detroit to fall off, we looked at this and went, okay, 4 of their first 6 are at Green Bay, at Baltimore, at Cincy, and at Kansas City. And obviously Burrow got hurt, but if they beat the Chiefs, that means 3 of those 4 they won. And it's here they come. Here they come.
They probably are going to win too.
Oh, I think they will. Yeah, no, that's what's amazing about them is they seem road proof. Their identity of football, their brand, it travels, and they don't really give a crap what the crowd's doing. They're just going to punch you in the face.
They're not phased. Yeah.
And when it's 4th and 2 and the crowd's going wild, Jared Goff's going to just drop a picture perfect pass to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they're going to look at the crowd and say, shut the F up.
Quiet them up, yeah.
And that's it. That's what they've been doing. And they've been doing it ever since the Green Bay game. I know that they got hot at the end of that year, but that Green Bay win with Aaron Rodgers in his last game, and I'm curious to see how things transpire in Chicago, kind of felt similar with the Chicago win in Green Bay last year, even though it meant nothing to them. Like getting that monkey off your shoulder.
Yeah, like flip the switch a little bit.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, like this is our new identity. And I know Ben Johnson wasn't there for the Bears, but when the Lions won that game, it was like this game meant nothing to them. But it seemed like it meant more than it did to the Packers who were playing for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
And that feeling has not changed for 2 years now, 3 years now. So great win for Detroit, who continues to just roll people. And hard not to put them at number 1 in the power rankings here next week. So we'll see what happens. We'll wrap it up with that. Appreciate everybody for listening. Again, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, maybe we're at 24,000 by the time that this video is out.
Fingers crossed.
By the time you're listening to this. But if it's not, we're so close. So please help us out. Hope everyone had a great weekend. We'll be back with Andy Herman on Wednesday, and then we'll be back with the prediction episode on Thursday. So a lot more fun stuff to come. We'll see you soon.